I've had people make fun of me for carrying a wallet, and a lot of people remember the uh, Seinfeld one where George has a really thick wallet, and I'll tell you, I don't know. Mine doesn't seem particularly thick. It's got a couple credit cards and it's got some cash. It might not be one of these new little money clips that the kids are using today. Good morning, Will Bill Chill. But either way, let me tell you. Good Wednesday morning, Lisa. Good morning, Wanda. Let me tell you. The kids apparently in Romania have big fat wallets. The fatter the better. Good morning, Tommy John, and good morning, Friedman. Because my roommate, a 21-year-old, seems pretty cool kid from Romania, has a really big, thick wallet. And if any of our fashion or any of our style, hello, Carolyn, comes from Eastern Europe, maybe they're ahead of us, maybe they're behind, but just for my story, maybe they're ahead of us. We're all going to be using super thick George Costanza wallets before you know it. Good morning, Jameson. I brought out an orange today. I may or may not eat it during my show. I hear an elk calling up on the hills. I see him up there. I see a few walking down. There was 3 or 4 out in the yard when I came out this morning. Apparently 'tis the season that they get more active and they start bugling more and more. I'm not going to be here to hear it. I'm not going to be here to hear it, but I'm just going to have to imagine how it is. Going to have to imagine how it is. Take a bite. I don't actually take a bite of the orange. I think it always confused my kids when I was feeding them and I'd open an orange that way. Poor little Augie and would try and eat the orange peel or bite the orange like that. I just don't have fingernails. I just don't know a better way to get in there and start the peeling of an orange. Some oranges peel better than others, as we all know. I really enjoy those cuties. They peel quite well. I'm going to get a sticky hand going. Good morning, Brenda. Wanted it'd be fun if you were here. I wish I would have had some people with me more often while I was here, honestly. Most often my kids or some special woman to see all these beautiful things that go on in Yellowstone and share them with somebody special. But alas, it was not to be. I am here by myself, working as a waiter full-time in Yellowstone, doing my coffee show, getting sleep where I can. Oh, it was good. Sammy loves a cutie, or Sam Yeckel loves a cutie. Yes, I do as well. But anyway, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Wednesday morning. It is July 24th. I want to throw out a special shout out, happy birthday to my first wife, Nicole. It's her birthday today. It's her sister's birthday as well, Penny. They were both born on the same day. It's kind of funny. They only had 2 kids. Their parents had 2 daughters, and they were both born on July 24th. Hello, Jason. Good morning. But anyway, again, it's Wednesday morning. Happy Wednesday. This is a show I've been doing for quite some time. It is a show about me talking and sharing some experiences, sometimes even sharing a little bit of citrus. But for those that have been watching, hold on, I'm going to have another piece. It was so good I didn't want to stop. For those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. It is not even just a show about me sharing citrus. For those that have been watching, well, you know it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. Hold on, I got a citrus stuck in my throat. It's better. Sometimes I don't chew well. I think it's because I had 2 older brothers and a younger sister, and we all ate quickly. And sometimes a piece of food will get stuck halfway down, and I'll try and wash it down with water, and it doesn't. And it's not a pretty sight, but for a moment I was worried it was going to happen with you right now, but it didn't. So let me get back to my intro. For those that have been watching, well, you know, it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. And I am so excited to take my first sip on this fairly chilly morning. It's fairly chilly. In a perfect world, I'd have a sweatshirt on. The world is not perfect. Good morning, Gary. The world is what we make of it. It's going to throw us all challenges. It's going to be hard on all of us, but it's hard to teach us and make us stronger, like steel. And if we have a good attitude with the imperfections that come along in the world and we find the beauty, things work out pretty well. But anyway, as I was saying, I got to turn it around so the logo's on. I got some sad news. Before I have my first sip. The top of my cup came off. There was a little bit of plastic holding it in on the lid, and now it just kind of lays in there, and it no longer is affixed. And I debate to throw out this piece and just go with that, or to just kind of keep it floating along on the top, because it can cover the top when it lays there, keep bugs out or whatever, keep it warm maybe, but it's also kind of a sad reminder of what once was. But either way, I am excited to have Maxim says my videos are motivational and so peaceful. Well, I appreciate that. I don't even totally get how they're motivational. I mean, I tend to have a pretty good attitude, and I tend to get my ass kicked and take it well, and tend to have a smile on my face more often than not. But it's funny because I'll have people reach out asking me to be, I kid you not, their mentor. Their mentor. Or like a coach or a life coach, or, you know. And I'm just a guy doing his best and trying and struggling and in the muck and getting up and going at it again every day. So that's what you want. I'm right here for you. But anyway, I'm excited to have my first sip. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Ooh, it's hot. It is hot this morning. I'm going to really enjoy my coffee here in Yellowstone today and tomorrow, and maybe even a little bit Friday morning. Because it's my last few days here in Yellowstone. My last few days. Duty calls back home. Duty. Hey, bro, can't say, but wanted to send some love this morning. Well, Kevin, thank you for hopping on. I appreciate you sending love and hopping on and watching my show a little bit. Well, I got bunches of elk coming down the hill. Wonder what they do down here. Assume they're coming down to eat, get fat for the winter, maybe find a mate. Want this area to become sort of some sort of elk porno. Some X-rated elk loving going on. Did the hotel understand? Was it amicable? Oh, sure. Amicable. What does that mean? I'm working out my shifts. I'm doing what I need to do. They're a huge business. They're a huge business. For anybody that feels sorry for the company that runs this operation, don't. They let we lose 2 or 3 employees a week. They have strict rules, and they're fine. But it's a huge business. It's a huge business, and they're doing just fine with or without me. And I kind of realized that in the last couple of weeks, last couple months, half our wait staff is turned over, and they are able to plug the holes with people from other countries or people are other parts of the country, but mostly other countries. I talk about it a lot. Part of the reason I left real estate was because I didn't feel I was making that much of a difference or doing anything unique to me. And I think that they'll be just fine without me. And it was a cool experience for me. And hopefully I made an impact on some people I met at the restaurant, and hopefully made a difference. But they're going to do fine without me. They'll plug the hole. They'll find somebody else to wait the tables and come in and do their thing. Their thing won't be my thing. It won't be exactly the same, but they'll be okay. Do I feel like I'm making more difference nowadays? I feel like I do. Hopefully I was making a difference all my life. Hopefully I was making a difference all my life. I mean, I was always did okay. Did pretty well in school. Was fairly good in sports, and always had a lot of friends, so hopefully I made a difference. I think I've realized that, I don't know, me talking to the phone and putting myself in front of an audience seems to mean something. And so if I have a bigger audience, that's cool. But I didn't have a big audience when my first 2 girls were babies. I didn't have a show. I didn't have an audience. And hopefully I made a difference in their lives. And hopefully I made a difference in my family and friends' lives and what have you. But yeah, I mean, I'm in front of a broader audience now. Oh, we don't feel like you are my friend. Well, that's sweet, Chip. I honestly, it's one of my taglines. It's coffee with a friend. But there's a lot of, it's kind of weird, to be honest with you. Well, I'm glad it means something. Consequences for not fulfilling the contract. No. It does mean something for many. Yeah, it's kind of weird though, because I'll have people like reach out and want to talk on the phone. And, part of the reason I do this show is because I get to say whatever I want, and I'll have people reach out and tell me, "Oh, don't take the Advil. Oh, don't do this. Oh, don't do that. Oh, don't do that." And the reason I do this show is because, if I call my brother and say, "Hey, brother, I'm thinking about doing this, or quitting this job, or driving across the country," or if I tell a friend that, they'll give me their opinion. And sometimes you just want to tell somebody, and it's not always looking for opinions. So, like, I'll do a lot of things, and I'll have people going, "Oh, you shouldn't drink so much coffee. Oh, are you wearing suntan lotion on your head? Oh, this, oh, that." And I'll tell you what, I got enough worries on my own, and enough thoughts in my head, and I kind of realized that, you gotta follow the beat of your own drummer, I guess is what I'm saying. And I think a lot of my life, I clouded my thoughts with too many other opinions and too many other thoughts and too many other stuff, and didn't have the confidence to do it on my own, or to go out and be me, or do my own thing or not follow in my brother's footsteps or try and please my dad or try and do this or try and be the cool kid or whatever. And somewhere along this, I'm learning to stop fretting so much, although I still do fret. I'll tell you what, when I woke up this morning, I was fretting. Oh, I was fretting. Oh, I was fretting. Because I'm kind of doing the reverse of what I did 2 or 3 months ago. And I'm going to be riding across the country, which is not easy. Which is not easy, and it is filled with peril. God told me to keep going this morning, so I'm still going. But I'm going to ride across the country in 2 days. I'm going to leave. And yes, I'm a more experienced rider, and yes, I know, what it takes a little bit more. And yes, got some kids walking by. Got some kids walking by. Yes, I know. Good morning. Yeah, well, thank you, Brenda. I know what lays ahead. Not exactly what lays ahead, but I got a good idea of what's coming down the road, and I've done it before, and I have some confidence. But what I haven't done is return home without a home, return home without a job, return home from Yellowstone, where I've been working for 2 straight months, living in a dorm, using communal bathrooms, kind of in the safety of what was provided for me. And yes, I had to work hard to get what was provided for me, but they fed us on a tray, and they cleaned our bathroom, and they gave us a room to sleep in. But I think maybe the ultimate adventure is breaking away from all that and making it out on my own, per se, and having my own utility bills again, and buying my own stuff, and cooking my own food, and getting a job where I have to get a house that's not provided by it, and pick up my kids for parenting time on time. And I think maybe the real challenge in life is the real world, is the world that you guys have been living in the last 2 or 3 months, and not the world that I've been living in the last 2 or 3 months. Because this is a world, it could be like a military base or a jail where things are provided for you, and you're told when you get up, and you're told when you go to bed. Not really, but you almost have to. And it's all kind of centered around the work that we do. And back outside of Yellowstone, you got different sort of challenges and different sort of stressors and different sort of issues that I don't really have to face in here. I gotta face getting to my work on time and having a good attitude and doing my best. But there's going to be decisions to be made and choices to be made and directions to go. And right now I don't have that in here. But there's also going to be opportunities. If I want to buy an RV and I'm on the outside world, I can go to an RV store and look at one. If I want a new job, there's businesses of all sorts that are hiring and looking for people to work for them and do various tasks. And there's just options and choices and decisions to be made that honestly I'm really looking forward to getting back to on the outside. It's mostly my kids, but it's not just my kids. When I'm here, like I'm working tonight at 4:15. I've got 3 shifts left. I'm working tonight at 4:15, and then I'm working the breakfast shift, and then I'm working the lunch shift. And for anybody counting at home, that's going to be about 19 hours and 20 out of 24 I'm going to be working in the restaurant. And because I've been willing to do that, and we're willing to do that. They provide us low-cost housing and low-cost food. But I'd like to get a little more balanced life with friends and outside thoughts and other things than elk to talk to as I wake up in the morning. Gonna come knocking on your guys' doors. Hey, good morning. My name's Ken. There's no elk out here to talk to. Will you talk to me, please? Jason, sometimes it feels like that. Sometimes it feels like that. It feels like that. Jason said you refer to the outside like you're in prison. And we're free to go. We're free to go. You know, but if the company you work for is providing the job and the housing and the food that you eat, it's a different feeling. It's a different feeling. It's totally, I mean, it's a different feeling. Yeah, because they let people go a lot here. And when they let people go, those people weren't planning for it. And those people are suddenly out of a home and a job and a source of food. So you become reliant on this company that employs me. Just as a lot of guys saw Shawshank Redemption, the old guy at the end who couldn't make it on the outside because he'd been institutionalized. It kind of feels like that in here a little bit. You know, like, what am I going to do? Wait, there's not going to be somebody cooking me breakfast? There's not somebody going to be cooking me breakfast every morning? You know, there's not going to be a bed to sleep in or a laundry machine or somebody to clean our communal bathrooms? Let's drink a little more coffee. Wonder how long I'm going to talk. I could talk till 4:15, although it might get a little boring. And, well, I mean, it's going to get warm. I was going to say I was going to get chilly. I'm already chilly. It's 7:06. I'm excited about going, but I'm terrified as well. You know, I got stuff to deal with back home. I've got housing to find, a job to find, kids to love on. I think I've been institutionalized a little bit in 2 months. And I think we all are a little bit. And a lot of people that work here kind of, again, we get together and we talk about what we're going to do after this season, and some are going to travel and some are going to find another job at a seasonal place. And it's not like, woe is me, I make pretty good money and am fed and sheltered. But I don't think I ever felt it like I fit into this lifestyle exactly. And I think I'm different because I got little kids. And I had a calling to be with the little kids, and I didn't want to just be drifting from one seasonal job to the next. Was I near the explosion that happened in Yellowstone? A lot of you guys know. And to be honest, I haven't heard one human being in Yellowstone talk about this little explosion / mini eruption that happened. Had it not been for social media, I wouldn't have even known it happened. I appreciate I got a lot of people sending me messages, seeing if I was okay. But apparently about 20 miles away, in an area that has a bunch of geysers, one of the geysers kind of exploded. I hope everyone's okay. I don't mean to laugh about it if they weren't, because I'm sure it was scary for those there. But nobody has mentioned it here. But apparently it was caught on video on social media, kind of a mini eruption, and some tourists fleeing. And I'm sure it was very scary for them, and I hope they're all okay. Because, again, it is the wild, and there are crazy things that happen. Hello.
Morning. Hey, we just changed the screen here yesterday, and we're trying to get it
Do you need me to move?
Well, yeah, we didn't want to spray it.
Well, I don't want to be sprayed. That'd be funny. That would be funny.
We were watering these cars that were parked here.
All right, so am I safe over there, or should I get off this area? Where are the sprinklers not going to go? Are they going to be going on that side?
It's going to fire everything.
On this side?
This end, so that other end. Yeah, other end.
If I go over there?
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right.
Yeah, that'd work.
I appreciate it, guys. That would have been. Yeah, no, that would have been funny.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem at all. I just gotta. It does take some time to adapt, but it gets better every day. Should I keep talking? Should I keep talking? Should I keep talking? I guess I should keep talking. Wouldn't that have been funny if they turned on the sprinklers? And all of a sudden I was getting... Should I eat this orange first? Hold on, I'm gonna eat this orange. This is what Yellowstone looks like behind the scenes. Did a quick spin for you. I hope you appreciate what I do for Coffee with Ken. All right, we'll call this my new spot. Oh, well, now I'll have the sun on me. Excuse me. So seasons are changing. Seasons are changing. We got the elk coming down off the hills. We've got, I don't know when it starts snowing here in Yellowstone, but I know it would have been snowing in October, or starting to snow in October. We've got the dog days of summer going on back in Chicago. It's been hot. It's been humid. I'm sure the swimming pools have been filled. Not filled with water. Filled with people. There goes the sprinklers. There go. I appreciate them coming down. That would have been hellish. Ah! You would have heard me scream. Panic. They were very friendly about it. We got a lot of friendly workers here. A lot of nice people work here. And again, it's been a great experience, and one I'm thankful for doing. But most experiences need to come to an end. And I think it's time for this one to come to an end. And yeah. Oh, I don't know what I have for you the rest of this morning, but the sun's rising over the mountains. I've got 3 work shifts left. Again, I got an open day in front of me. I've got my roommate to tell I'm moving. I feel a little bad about that. He's a nice kid. I mean, he might do fine. He might prefer not having me sharing a room with him. But he's a nice kid, and he'll have the whole room to himself and be able to do what he wants. But I don't know. Maybe he'll miss me. Maybe he'll miss me. It feels bad telling a bunch of people. Like, again, maybe it's oversized ego or self-absorbed with my own issues. But it feels like... I did make a difference, and hope some people miss me. Roger, he's not going to visit me in Chicago. He's just been my roommate for about 3 weeks. He's from Romania. He's 21 years old. Roger asked if my roommate's going to visit me in Chicago. We're not that tight. We're not that tight. Be kind of weird. Your life story is helping me appreciate what I have. Thanks, kid. Be safe on my trip. Yeah. Maybe you could take him to Clara's. Yeah, maybe. But anyway, let's see something. I gotta check something here. Roger, who are you? Who are you? Where do I know you? Have I ever met you? No. Have I ever met you? Because you seem to be from my hometown. You say some funny things. But anyway, it's Wednesday morning. I'll probably be sad leaving. A little bit sad, but I'll be excited as well. It's going to feel very similar to, I kind of was looking forward to heading out here 2 or 3 months ago. But I was also scared. And I'm looking forward to heading home and seeing my kids. But I'm scared as well. Mary, no, I leave in 2 days. I'm working the dinner shift and the breakfast and lunch shift, which will take me till about 4 o'clock tomorrow. And I'll probably pack up tomorrow night. I'll probably try and get as much sleep as I can because I'll be tired. And get ready to roll in the morning and pack up my gear and really not bring anything extra that I didn't bring the first time because I got a pack light, travel on the scooter, get ready to ride across country, bungee my backpack to the back seat, try and figure out the best way to go. And hop on my scooter and kind of wave goodbye and hope I made a difference and hope some people will remember me. I'm sure they will. But know that duty calls back home and that I needed to get back to my kids and love on them and do what I need to do. So, yeah. Let's have one more sip of coffee. Will there be a goodbye luncheon? No, Roger, I don't think they're going to have a luncheon for me. I don't think they're going to have a luncheon for me, and I don't think my Romanian 21-year-old roommate is going to come to Chicago and visit me. I don't think it's that way. Don't forget to mail my kiddos some Yellowstone sweatshirts. I thought about that. I was actually in a sweatshirt store. And you say mail it, and I would. But money's still tight. And I thought about that. And I might want to do it, and I might change my mind. But what they don't need Yellowstone sweatshirts. They need their data. And their dada's job out here isn't on vacation and isn't out buying souvenirs or playing on the beach or getting a suntan. He was here to work and send financial support back home to him and put a roof over his head. And this hasn't been a vacation for me. It's been interesting as heck. But it certainly wasn't a vacation. And if I could spend several $100s on sweatshirts. But what I need to go back for is my kids need their data. Probably more than some Yellowstone sweatshirts. But I did think about it. And I was looking at them and I'm like, mail them back. I don't know. It's not really what this was about. I'd love to come back or go to a different place or travel the world or see cool things with my kids and let them experience it with me. Yeah. But I think cowboy hats and sweatshirts are for, and don't take it the wrong way, but for tourists a little bit. There are things that are sold to tourists that are coming through to give them mementos of a trip. And I got plenty of mementos of this trip in my mind and my memories and my aches and my pains. And I talked about it a lot, how I was debating buying a cowboy hat. And then in the last week, I decided I didn't really want one. But I was thinking I needed one because I was out in Yellowstone, out in the West. And I realized I didn't need one. And that I'm not a cowboy hat guy, and that I could probably use the $150 in a better way than on a cowboy hat that I'd have to find room for, or on sweatshirts for the kids. That money's needed to get me home and get me back to my kids and love on my kids and start my life over. But I did think about it. And probably if I had all the money in the world, I'd buy them all sweatshirts. But anyway, good morning from New Jersey. Having a guy hop on from New Jersey gave me a little burst of life. I'm going to eat this orange. Hang with me. One of the hardest things is trying to eat healthy out here. And it's not just me. I was worried it was just me. And I was worried it was just me that had some struggles. I was telling an old fella I know, a buddy of mine named Tom. I feel bad calling him an old fella, just a guy named Tom. And he goes, yeah, it's not for everybody. It's really different out here. And I wish everyone could experience what I've experienced over the last couple months and ride across the country on a scooter or a motorcycle or what have you by themselves and work at a national park for a couple months. I think it'd be an interesting experience for everybody. I'm sure it would. But it's probably not what a lot of people think. And I think it would open your eyes. Not that your eyes need open, but I know it opened my eyes. And what have you. Roger said, I'm in nature. Shouldn't there be more fruits and vegetables? No. Because there's no farms here. You know where there's vegetables? Illinois. You know where there's fruits? California and Florida. You know where there's mountains? Wyoming. And Wyoming Idaho grows potatoes. But outside of that, there's not a heck of a lot of farms or agriculture coming from Colorado and Wyoming. I sure didn't see much growing. There might be cattle, but I don't know if cattle. There is cattle. There is cattle. You want to eat burgers? You come here. You want to eat beef burgers or bison burgers or elk burgers? There's a lot of animals out here, but there's not fruits and vegetables. They bring them in. But it's funny you say that, and I think a lot of people think that. But I'll tell you what, even talking to the tourists, when they're ordering their food, I'll have some that have been here for a few days, and they go, I don't want another pork chop or a lamb chop or a beef burger. I need something green. And it's hard you got to be very purposeful eating fruits and vegetables. I grabbed this orange going, hey, there's an orange. Fresh fruit, it will be good for me. Versus sausage links, which are tasty, but are waiting for me. No, Jason just said not a great place for vegans. We got a lot of people traveling from all over the world. And in some cultures, they don't eat meat. And I'll have a table of people from certain cultures that don't eat meat. And sitting there and saying, hey, we don't have a lot of options, do we? And I'll go, no, you really don't. You really don't. And I know what they're going to order. They're going to order the mushroom tortellini, the corn ravioli, and the red Gouda soup. And that's what they're going to have for dinner. And, yeah, we don't have a heck of a lot of options. Certainly not for vegans or certainly not for people on limited diets. Got a grass blower behind me. You know I don't like those. That's a memory of the suburbs, a leaf blower. I'm being chased out. I think God gives us messages. There was something that pulled me back to the suburbs that I won't go into. But I'm being chased out of Yellowstone by a guy with a leaf blower and a bunch of sprinklers. Let me show you the guy with the leaf blower. There he is. And there's the sprinklers that chased me out as well. So I'm going to heed the messages. I'm going to heed the messages. And head on home and work hard the next 2 days and enjoy my next couple days here in Yellowstone. But probably just be quiet days. Probably get out of Yellowstone. Probably drink some coffee, edit some videos, and do what it is that I do. And then work hard tonight, and then work hard tomorrow, and then get home, rest, pack up, and get ready to ride out on Friday. But I want to thank you all so much for joining. Hopping on with me on this Wednesday morning. I appreciate you. Hope your coffee is hot. Hope you had a great night's sleep. Hope your week's going well. Hope the sun is shining on your life. I appreciate you, and thank you for those last two kind comments, Zach and Wombat. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.